confidence for himself and for the coach in him. And the bench has been a huge story tonight. 49 points off the bench.
Schroeder couldn't get the angle, but that was a nice attack. Patrick Williams, the transition threes. They take a lot of early ones, and can you run off their misses?
So Moody got out there. He clogged the paint up and then got back to the shooter.
Moody for three.
Your bench has risen to the occasion tonight, and you need that, especially the second game of a back-to-back.
Giddey. And Moody just knocking it back out. Giddey and Jalen Smith, Patrick Williams, DeSumo, and Zach LaVine. You got a foul on the drive.
Good counter move from Giddey.
For the Australian, the 6th pick in 2021.
He's had an impact here.
Well, in the playoffs, teams would sag off him and dare him to be an outside shooter, but he is a creative playmaking type of player, and with all this shooting in Chicago, he's fit in nicely.
And he's 2 for 4.
And he's got 10 rebounds tonight, too, in the tank.
Well, you work so hard in that third quarter. His post gets another look at it.
Well, equaling Steph's 4 made threes.
And he's celebrating, and he plays with an edge, too. He's fiery. He's excited out there.
LaVine off iron. Quentin Post the rebound.
Yeah, snatch that one. Post is everywhere.
The career best 12 points for Quentin Post. Playing with the greatest shooter of all time. Pick and pop, and off iron there. And the crowd was aching on that one.
Bro, the bench wanted that one so bad.
Jalen Smith will launch, and Steph with the rebound in motion. Building the lead. Gee down the lane. What a blow.
See if you can find that shot blocker, jump into him, negate the shot blocking ability, maybe seek out some contact.
Schroeder. Shot clock at 5. Curry's got Vucevic up top. Schroeder open corner 3. Got one!
With Steph. Draws so much attention, and Schroeder benefited that time. Schroeder fouled him.
Yeah, fouled the beginning of the drive. Would you hit on it? The defense the last 4 minutes of the third.
Sure, too. Everybody get deflections.
We've explained this. The Warriors got Lindy Waters and Quentin Post for the 52nd pick in the draft.
Yeah. Well, you're seeing Quentin Post get comfortable now, and you see how dangerous he is.
Schroeder, I don't know if he was trying to bank that.
Quentin Post going for the offensive
bigs.
Ain't that the truth?
Schroeder from the baseline.
Kind of set a little rub screen there, just cross pass with him.
Vucevic finding Lonzo. Zach LaVine, you see that quickness, and he will be fouled on the pass. So I thought after the Bulls beat the Clippers and had 2 days off that they would be ready here. And now.
Well, they've been second in the league in bench points really all season. So they've won that battle tonight so far.
Another.
They're coming.
Yeah, the only when the Warriors have that rhythm and they're playing that D and they're scoring.
Oh, yeah, the second half is much different for the Bulls when it comes to three-point shooting. Three-point line right now, but it wasn't always like that. They outshot you in the first half, hitting the 13. They haven't made one yet.
Being off iron there. Remember at the top of the telecast when we showed the highlights against Sacramento and the Warriors made 22 threes, and you said, hey, we'd take that every game the rest of the year. Well, the Warriors have 21 made threes tonight.
They're still working, too, looking for more.
That Schroeder knocked it out, but it got LaVine on the break himself.
See, they keep Quentin Post, throw it back to Post, give him an open look.
Now to your point, Kip, that can't be.
I agree with that call. I think they'll say he didn't hold his line or he didn't really beat him to the spot. But
he wasn't trying to take a charge.
Exactly.
He was retreating.
That's what I'm saying. But there's a collision there. They're just going to say he didn't beat him to the spot. But I don't agree with the call.
I'm just saying a year ago they changed that to allow more defense as Schroeder. Yes.
You know.
No, and that's why last year after the All-Star break.
Seek out some contact for yourselves. You get to the free throw line. What kind of shots are we taking right now? Do we need to drive? And you see the way they're calling it. Use it.
Yeah, because fans also like defense too. You don't want constant stoppages, and you don't want a lot of bad breath fouls.
Schroeder every single day. You're not new, and that's how he developed his discipline.
After Zach LaVine
Russell Westbrook kind of leading the way. Lonzo Ball's in there. That's Notre Dame.
Well, we had this little football national championship. I didn't see any of the SEC teams in it.
Hey,
again.
But you lost just
for
like
the
everybody.
second year in a row.
You guys earned that loss, but you lost.
You know, sometimes you're beaten.
It's an L.
Come on, Looney.
No, they fought hard. I told you. They're called the Fighting Irish for a reason.
Country, and they deserved it. Zach LaVine off iron there, and Looney with the rebound. So the Warriors pitching a shutout for 4.5 minutes here. And they wouldn't mind just the clock continuing to run. Steph with the shot clock at 5. Warriors using a lot of clock now on Vucevic. Shot clock at 1. Little floater with a finger roll. And Looney playing volleyball. Guy Santos backing out again. Guy for 3. Oh. 6 to Minga. I'm like, huh. You had Podziemski back and Draymond. You were down 20-6.
They outshot you in the first half. You had to lean on your defense in the third quarter to find your traction to get this big lead. It wasn't just one of those rhythm games, everybody's feeling good and we're going to run away with it the whole night.
Shot clock at 5. Steph, you know that.
The Warriors looking young, looking faster than the Bulls.
Also, too, how's your mental toughness? You lose a game last night.
That's what I'm saying.
And really just decide, no,
right.
We're not going to let it leak into other games coming up.
Well, yeah, when it looked like it was kind of leaking.
It did.
You lose a tough game, you come out flat. Like the game can get away from you, but the Warriors didn't let it happen.
So Looney and Podziemski. I think Brandon looks healthy, which is nice.
He does.
Off iron there. So Buzelis and Jalen Smith, Dalen Terry, Phillips and Carter. So Julian Phillips, the 1 year at Tennessee.
Well,
Jalen Smith denied there.
Dalen Terry kind of reminds me of DeLon Wright, kind of a ball handler.
Podziemski on the D-cell to give Guy Santos.
Use that D-cell, the 1 foot. He's so spectacular with that, the way he controls his body. Whoa.
Push ahead now to Moody again. And off the iron there. So Javon Carter handling. And he'll just launch into a 3 off iron. But for Chicago, it's a missed opportunity with that nice win over the Clippers and the 2 days off and catching the Warriors on a back-to-back. And it's the Dubs and the depth that have prevailed. And the Bulls, 13 of 18 on threes in the first half, have yet to make one. 0 for 16 is Podziemski by the Houston Rockets in Game 7.
I remember that.
In Houston, but it is odd to watch a team go 0 for 16 for a half. Carter trying to change that, and he does. Yeah. 1 for 7.
Started murmuring. They started kind of booing their own team, like, do something else. Stop shooting threes. That was a fun game.
Lindy Waters missing that 3. That might have been one of my favorite Warrior playoff wins.
That was unreal.
Zealous with a sidestep 3, and Looney with the rebound.
Oh, Moody contested that one.
And Moses just glides in. Perfect. Don't take your foot off the accelerator.
Moody looks really comfortable.
I mean, it helps the guys, and it's been better basketball tonight.
Trying to get downhill on you. Gonna have to deal with LeBron James.
Phillips with the 3-point play. He's played about 13 minutes a game, the 35th pick in 2023, originally by Boston. I didn't think Podziemski would play this much tonight. 18 minutes. He's been in double figures. Quentin Post finding Lindy Waters. And Pat Spencer was flying in for that rebound. So everybody available getting to play tonight. Javon Carter rattles home.
Carter's going to let him fly.
Yeah, the 4 years at West Virginia. He was a Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, but he can score too.
Yo!
Post!
Terry tried to switch onto him, but he's
Kerr, and because we see a lot of these guys go up and down. And I started telling him when Post had those 30-point games, not just one, but a couple of them, I'm like, Quentin Post is doing work down in the G League.
He is. He's pretty wild for a big. We've already talked about his shooting, but the decision-making and the passing.
He's got a little feistiness to him. I like, too.
He's impressive.
Pat Spencer off the iron. Quentin Post. But Well, that was it. We said unless he gets 20, he's not on Warrior postgame live. But he got 20, so now he is.
You said it with the bucket before last. With that one, he earned it. Like everything he's done before that wasn't enough.
Hopefully, Kareth and the guys ask him as Javon Cotter is starting to heat up in garbage time. You know, how do you get from the Netherlands here? How do you end up transferring schools, playing the 3 years at Boston College? And
more of his story.
You know, did you know the Warriors were looking at you?
Game too, just situationally, the decision making is on point. You can give it to him and trust that he's going to make the right decision and right reads.
Guy Santos missing there. But I think also, too, Quentin's 24 years old. You know, Guy ended up playing with the Brazilian national team at the Paris Olympics. I mean, these guys are putting in the work.
But look at him switching on to guards. Even that right there, just forcing a miss. Like, he's done that a few times tonight.
And Mike Breen and others will be doing the national broadcast. Coming to the Bay.
With that tandem, they always have a chance to win. So what do the others do?
Well, that Christmas game was super exciting and just did not end in a excellent result after Steph had the heroics to tie it.
With the Lakers, you just got to make sure you defend without fouling. I think they're 6th in free throw attempts. They're getting to the free throw line a bunch.
And then D. Waters hitting that three.
Wow. 25 they've made.
Carter denied by Quentin Post there. I think the thing for Saturday, anytime you still have a chance to see LeBron James, you should try to do it. And anytime you have a chance to see Steph and LeBron in the same game, you really should do it. As Quentin Post rebounds that, no need to shoot. And the Warriors in a 1-point game at the half win in a blowout. Whew. Chicago had the nice win against the Clippers, but